Welcome to a journey through the darker side of the Sunshine State, a glimpse into Florida's prison system. In this seemingly idyllic paradise, a storm brews behind bars, hidden from the world's gaze. Imagine a place where overcrowding is the norm, where cells meant for 2-house-4, creating a pressure cooker of tension and violence. Picture a world where healthcare is not a right, but a privilege, a scarce commodity that few can access. Consider a system designed for correction, yet plagued with a high rate of return. A revolving door of crime and punishment that sees many inmates returning to the very cells they left. This is the Florida prison system, an environment that breeds despair rather than hope, hardened criminals instead of reformed citizens. A system that seems more focused on punishment than rehabilitation, Florida's prison system is a hotbed of issues. Out of this bleak landscape, 3 facilities stand out for their particularly dire conditions. Let's take a chilling tour, shall we? First up is the Florida State Prison, a place that has seen more than its fair share of violence and unrest. It's a veritable powder keg of tension, where the threat of conflict hangs in the air like a thick fog. Next, we move to the Union Correctional Institution. Here, the poor living conditions are the stuff of nightmares. Overcrowding, inadequate health care, and unhygienic surroundings combine to make life a daily struggle for survival. And then, we come to the most infamous of them all, the Suwannee Correctional Institution. This place is synonymous with human rights violations, a hellish environment where the rule of law seems to have been forgotten. But of these, one institution stands out in its notoriety, the Suwannee Correctional Institution. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the grim reality of this prison in our next segment. Suwannee Correctional, a name that sends chills down the spine of even the most hardened criminals. This facility, nestled in the armpit of Florida, is a hotbed of issues that go beyond the general harshness of prison life. The primary concern here is the alarmingly high rates of violence from officers. It's not uncommon for fights to erupt, often leading to serious injuries and, in some cases, even death. But physical abuse isn't the only problem. Verbal and psychological abuse are rampant, creating an atmosphere of constant fear and tension. Neglect, too, is a significant issue. With frequent lockdowns and inadequate medical care, the health of inmates often hangs in the balance. The mental health crisis is especially concerning, as many inmates suffer in silence with no access to proper mental health resources. This is the grim reality of Suwannee Correctional, a place where human rights seem to be a forgotten concept. Suwannee Correctional, a symbol of a system in desperate need of reform. The conditions in Florida's prisons, particularly Suwannee Correctional, are a stark reminder of the urgent need for prison reform. To recap, these institutions are riddled with issues that demand immediate attention. Until there are substantial changes, Florida's prisons, especially Suwannee Correctional, will continue to be a place of despair and hopelessness.